Texas has long been a real estate powerhouse. But in 2025, cracks are showing. Now cracking under the weight of its own housing bubble. Families are drowning in $4,000 mortgage payments, property taxes devouring $10,000 a year, and insurance bills soaring past $5,000. Inventory is exploding, migration is reversing, and once safe-bet cities are losing value faster than they did in 2008. In 2025, the Lone Star dream is collapsing before our eyes. Let's count down the 10 fastest crashing housing markets in Texas. Number 10. McKinney. McKinney, located north of Dallas, was once celebrated as the fastest-growing city in America. But in 2025, that badge of honor has become a liability. The city's population has surged past 210,000, overwhelming infrastructure, driving housing costs to record highs, and leaving the real estate market dangerously overextended. The median home price now sits around $495,000, while median household income is just $95,000. That puts the price-to-income ratio above 5, an unsustainable level for long-term stability. Housing inventory is piling up at an alarming pace. Listings are up 38% year over year, and homes now linger on the market for nearly 100 days. Price reductions are widespread, with many properties slashed by $25,000 to $50,000 just to compete. Builders who once marketed McKinney as a can't-miss investment are now scrambling to offer steep incentives, covering HOA fees, buying down mortgage rates, or adding thousands in upgrades to lure buyers. The rental market isn't faring much better. Average rents of $2,100 a month have failed to keep up with investor expectations, flooding the market with surplus rental homes. The local economy, heavily reliant on service jobs and Dallas commuters, is showing cracks as retail corridors soften, and rising living costs push families toward more affordable towns further north. Environmental pressures are compounding the crisis. Severe North Texas storms have grown more destructive, driving annual insurance premiums above $4,200, while scorching summers send energy bills soaring to unsustainable levels. Migration patterns have flipped as well. Families who once rushed in are now fleeing to cheaper alternatives in Oklahoma or rural Texas. McKinney's dream of endless growth has backfired. In 2025, it stands as one of the fastest collapsing housing markets in Texas, a cautionary tale of overexpansion, overpricing, and overdependence on hype-driven growth. Number 9. Round Rock. Round Rock, just north of Austin, is collapsing under the very forces that once fueled its boom. Marketed as a family-friendly city with strong schools and corporate anchors like Dell Technologies, Round Rock is now struggling with affordability, infrastructure strain, and environmental pressures. The median home price has climbed to nearly $460,000, almost double what it was in 2013, while average household income sits at just $87,000. With mortgage rates around 7%, the monthly cost of owning a typical Round Rock home now exceeds $3,200, far beyond what many families can sustainably afford. Population growth, once considered Round Rock's strength, is now a burden. The city's population has surpassed 125,000, but infrastructure hasn't kept pace. Traffic on I-35 resembles gridlock in much larger metros, while schools face ballooning enrollments. Property taxes average 2.1%, or about $9,500 annually on a $460,000 home, and insurance premiums are climbing toward $4,000, pushing many residents to the financial brink. The housing supply is also shifting. Builders who once struggled to meet demand are now facing a 40% year-over-year spike in inventory. Incentives like free appliances and closing cost assistance are being offered to move unsold homes, while resale listings linger. Environmental factors add to the pressure. Flooding along Brushy Creek has led to higher insurance claims, and relentless Texas heat waves are driving utility bills into the hundreds each month. Renters aren't immune either. Average rents around $1,850 are stagnating as vacancies increase, cutting into investor profits. Migration into Round Rock is slowing as families discover more affordable options in nearby towns like Taylor and Georgetown, where homes are significantly cheaper. Once a symbol of suburban stability, Round Rock in 2025 is becoming a cautionary tale of overbuilding, overpricing, and overpromising. The market isn't just cooling, it's cracking under the weight of its own hype. Number 8. Cedar Park. Cedar Park, once celebrated as one of the state's fastest-growing and most desirable suburbs, is showing serious cracks in 2025. Located just northwest of Austin, the city thrived during the tech migration boom as companies like Apple and Dell expanded nearby, drawing in high-paid professionals and fueling a housing surge. That growth came at a cost. Cedar Park's median home price climbed from under $300,000 in 2016 to over $515,000 today. But with mortgage rates near 7%, the monthly payment on an average home now reaches almost $3,800 with taxes and insurance, an impossible burden for many families given local household incomes average just $84,000 a year. The city's rapid expansion created problems beyond affordability. Cedar Park's population has swelled past 77,000, but infrastructure hasn't kept pace. Highway 183 is chronically congested, schools are overcrowded, and utility bills are climbing as water demand strains supply. Housing inventory has surged 45% compared to last year, leaving builders stuck with unsold properties. Even luxury new builds are being marked down by $50,000, while resale listings sit on the market for 80 to 100 days. Extreme weather compounds the pressure. Scorching Texas summers with weeks of 100 degrees plus temperatures are driving energy bills above $400 per month and testing the power grid. Insurance premiums tied to hail and storm damage have soared to nearly $4,500 annually, hitting homeowners already stretched by property taxes averaging around 2%. Migration trends that once fueled Cedar Park's boom are now reversing. Families who once left California and New York for affordable luxury are quietly moving again, often choosing nearby small towns where homes are priced $150,000 less. In 2025, Cedar Park's real estate market reveals the dangers of unchecked growth. What was once a thriving suburb built on tech money has become a cautionary tale of unsustainable housing prices, strained infrastructure, and climate-driven costs. Number 7. Garland, located in the northeastern corner of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, is facing a breaking point in 2025. Once promoted as an affordable suburban alternative, the city is now caught in a storm of rising housing costs, economic slowdown, and increasing environmental risks. Over the past decade, Garland's real estate market has shifted dramatically. In 2015, the median home price was around $250,000. Today, it has surged to nearly $340,000, while average household income sits at just $72,000. That imbalance leaves residents grappling with a price-to-income ratio of 4.7, well above affordability thresholds and a clear signal of market distress. Pandemic-era migration initially fueled Garland's housing boom as out-of-state buyers overbid on modest homes. But that trend has reversed, with property taxes averaging 2.2%, about $7,500 annually on a $340,000 home, and insurance premiums climbing past $4,000 per year. Many newcomers are leaving as quickly as they arrived. The housing market reflects the strain. Listings in Garland now linger for more than 90 days on average, double the time in 2022. Nearly 40% of sellers are cutting prices by $15,000 to $30,000 just to attract buyers. Meanwhile, the local economy is showing cracks. Once supported by light manufacturing and service sector jobs, Garland has been hit by layoffs and company relocations, leading to weaker payrolls and higher retail vacancies. High borrowing costs add another layer of pressure. With 7% mortgage rates pushing monthly payments above $2,500, families are forced to cut spending elsewhere. Investors who once scooped up starter homes are pulling back as rental rates flatten at around $1,700 per month and vacancy rates rise, eroding profitability. Environmental challenges only worsen the situation. Garland lies in one of the most hail-prone regions in the U.S., and severe storms are becoming more frequent. Recent floods and tornado warnings have driven insurance companies to hike premiums or restrict coverage. compounding ownership costs. What was once considered an affordable suburb is now turning into a financial burden. In 2025, Garland is no longer a hidden gem. It's a case study of a housing market unraveling under the combined weight of affordability crises, economic fragility, and climate risks. Number 6. Denton. Denton, long celebrated for its college town atmosphere and artistic spirit, is now facing a surprising housing downturn. Home to the University of North Texas and Texas Women's University, Denton historically thrived on student-driven demand and a steady influx of faculty, musicians, and creative professionals. However, 2025 paints a much darker picture. The median home price in Denton has risen to approximately $385,000, while the city's median household income lingers around $68,000, resulting in a price-to-income ratio of nearly 5. Renters are also feeling the squeeze, with average rents approaching $1,750 per month, pricing out even students who once found the city affordable. Overbuilding has become Denton's Achilles heel. Developers flooded the market with apartment complexes near campus and tract homes on the city's outskirts, betting on continuous growth. Now, with university enrollment stabilizing and younger families priced out, supply has overwhelmed demand. Listings are up 42% year over year, and unsold new builds are scattered throughout suburban subdivisions. Builders are responding with steep price reductions, cutting $20,000 to $40,000 and offering free upgrades, but inventory remains high. Investors who once targeted student rentals are backing out as vacancies rise and cap rates shrink. The local economy is compounding the challenge. Many Denton jobs are concentrated in education, healthcare, and service sectors, fields that have not kept pace with soaring housing costs. Rising property taxes, nearly 2.3%, are further eroding affordability, while insurance premiums linked to hail and storm risks average $4,000 annually. Add an oppressive summer heat, driving utility bills past $300 per month, and the housing market crisis deepens. Migration patterns also reflect cracks in demand. Families attracted to Denton's quirky charm and proximity to Dallas-Fort Worth are increasingly relocating to smaller, more affordable towns in Cook or Wise County. The result is an oversaturated housing market, declining demand, and soaring costs. Denton's college town housing bubble, once fueled by rapid growth and student demand, is now deflating at a rapid pace. Number 5. Frisco. Frisco, once hailed as the crown jewel of North Texas growth, is facing a sharp housing correction in 2025. Known for its rapid rise with corporate campuses, luxury shopping, and top-tier schools, Frisco's boom is now colliding with affordability limits and market saturation. The median home price has soared past $620,000, one of the highest in the state. Even with strong median household incomes of $120,000, monthly mortgage payments near 7% interest, including taxes and insurance, now approach $4,800, straining even six-figure earners. Frisco's rapid population growth, now over 225,000, has outpaced infrastructure. Families endure gridlocked commutes along the Dallas North Tollway, and extreme Texas heat is pushing electricity bills to record highs. Property taxes near 2% add roughly $12,000 annually, while insurance premiums averaging $5,000 further erode affordability. The housing market reflects the strain. Inventory has surged nearly 50% year over year, with luxury homes sitting unsold for 120 days or more. Builders are offering steep incentives, free Tesla chargers, $20,000 rate buydowns, or HOA fee coverage, and price reductions of $50,000 to $100,000 are increasingly common. The once hot rental market isn't rescuing investors either. Average rents of $2,600 a month are insufficient to cover purchase costs, leaving landlords' cash flow negative. Migration trends are also shifting. Families who once viewed Frisco as a dream suburb are relocating to smaller, more affordable Collin County towns such as Prosper and Little Elm. The city's glossy image, with high-end stadiums, shopping centers, and tech campuses, is now overshadowed by soaring costs and growing vacancies. Frisco's experience is a cautionary tale. Rapid growth without sustainable affordability can quickly turn a boomtown into a market under severe stress. Number 4. Irving. Irving, once promoted as the gateway city between Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport and booming corporate campuses, is now teetering on the edge of a housing crash in 2025. For years, Irving thrived on its central location and proximity to major employers like ExxonMobil, AT&T, and multiple airline companies. But the same corporate-driven momentum that fueled growth has now left the city overbuilt, overpriced, and increasingly unstable. The median home price in Irving has surged past $410,000, while household incomes remain just under $74,000. With mortgage rates near 7%, monthly payments including taxes and insurance now exceed $2,900, an unsustainable burden for most families. What makes Irving's downturn unique is its heavy reliance on renters. Nearly 60% of households rent, yet average rents have climbed beyond $1,900 a month, with luxury apartments demanding $2,400. As corporate relocations slow and young professionals seek more affordable suburbs, vacancy rates are rising. Investors who once saw Irving as a prime rental market are now selling off properties, pushing values down further. Affordability pressures don't stop there. Property taxes average 2.1%, adding nearly $8,600 annually to housing costs, while insurance premiums have jumped above $4,200. Infrastructure is also straining. Older neighborhoods in South Irving face increasing flood risks from the Trinity River, leading to costly insurance claims. In North Irving, dense clusters of condos and townhomes built for an endless stream of corporate workers are sitting empty as remote work reduces demand. The extreme Texas climate only worsens conditions. Summers with weeks of triple-digit heat are driving electricity bills beyond $350 a month, cutting deeper into household budgets. Irving's challenge isn't just high housing prices. It's the collapse of a city model built around transient professionals and corporate relocations. Without constant inflows of new workers, the market is cracking wide open. In 2025, Irving stands as one of Texas's clearest examples of a suburb collapsing under its dependence on corporate momentum. Number 3. Austin. Austin, long celebrated as the poster child of the state's housing boom, is now facing the most dramatic market correction in 2025. Once fueled by tech giants, startups, and its reputation as the Silicon Valley of the South, the city's housing market has seen prices surge to unsustainable levels. Median home values, which peaked near $570,000 in 2022, have now fallen to around $520,000, with some neighborhoods experiencing 10 to 15% declines year over year. With median household income at just $86,000, affordability is under severe pressure. Carrying costs, including property taxes and insurance, easily exceed $4,500 per month, placing homeownership out of reach for many residents. The market's collapse stems from over-reliance on migration and tech-driven hype. During the pandemic, thousands of Californians and New Yorkers poured into Austin, inflating prices through cash purchases. That trend is now reversing. Property taxes at 2.1% translate to $11,000 annually on a median home, while insurance premiums tied to hail, flood, and wildfire risks average $5,000. Tech layoffs at companies like Tesla, Meta, and local startups combined with remote work trends have further weakened demand. Housing inventory has surged nearly 60% compared to 2023, with luxury homes sitting unsold for more than 120 days. Austin's infrastructure is also straining. Traffic on I-35 remains congested, water supply pressures loom from the Colorado River, and extreme heat drives utility bills beyond $400 per month. Renters face stagnating rents, averaging $2,300 and rising vacancies, leaving investors exposed. Migration trends show families leaving Austin for smaller, more affordable Central Texas towns. Once a symbol of limitless growth, Austin in 2025 has become ground zero for Texas's housing collapse, a stark contrast to its meteoric rise. Number 2. Rio Grande City. Rio Grande City, located along the USA-Mexico border in Starr County, is often overlooked in Texas real estate discussions. But in 2025, it has emerged as one of the state's fastest collapsing housing markets, with challenges that are both unique and severe. For years, the city attracted buyers with affordability. Median home prices hovered around $145,000 in 2016. Today, prices have surged to nearly $230,000, while median household income remains just $42,000. That creates a staggering price-to-income ratio of 5.4, higher than many Texas metros traditionally considered unaffordable. The collapse is fueled by economic stagnation and shifting migration patterns. Unlike booming suburbs near Austin or Dallas, Rio Grande City relies heavily on agriculture, cross-border trade, and public sector employment. Supply chain disruptions and tariff pressures have strained local jobs, and younger residents are leaving for opportunities in San Antonio, Houston, and other cities. This exodus has left an aging population with diminished purchasing power. Housing inventory has jumped nearly 40% year over year. Homes that once sold in 30 days now linger for 90 days or more without offers. Ownership costs are crushing. Property taxes in Starr County average 2.3%, meaning a $230,000 home incurs over $5,200 annually, while flood and hurricane-prone insurance premiums range from $3,800 to $4,200. Some insurers are even refusing coverage. Extreme summer heat, often surpassing 110 degrees Fahrenheit, drives utility bills over $300 per month, adding to household strain. Rio Grande City's crisis is especially severe because the market never had the strong economic base or high wages to absorb shocks. A housing bubble, inflated by outside investors and pandemic-era aid, is now unraveling, leaving locals trapped in homes they can no longer afford or sell. In 2025, Rio Grande City serves as a stark reminder that even smaller, overlooked markets can implode when fundamental economic and housing factors are ignored. Number 1. Dallas. Dallas, the economic giant of North Texas, is finally showing the cracks many experts feared. For years, the city thrived on corporate relocations, financial services, and tech expansions, fueling a runaway housing boom. By 2025, that boom has tipped into a bust. The median home price now sits near $450,000, up from $220,000 a decade ago, while household incomes average just $76,000. With mortgage rates around 7%, monthly payments, including taxes and insurance, exceed $3,100, creating a crushing burden even for middle-class professionals. Housing inventory tells the story of collapse. Listings are up nearly 45% year over year, and homes that once sold in days now linger for 3 months or more. Price reductions of $20,000 to $50,000 are common, and builders who once relied on endless migration are now offering extreme incentives, such as mortgage buydowns or free furniture packages, to move units. The economic backdrop is worsening. Corporate relocations have slowed, and remote work has hollowed out demand for high-rise condos and urban townhomes. Downtown office towers sit partially empty, straining the city's tax base. Property taxes average 2.2%, adding nearly $9,000 annually to a median home, while insurance premiums tied to storm and tornado risks have climbed to $4,500. Energy bills, driven by record summer heat, push another $350 to $400 per month onto families already stretched thin. Migration trends are reversing. Families who once moved to Dallas for opportunity are now leaving for more affordable states like Oklahoma or Arkansas. Investors who once considered Dallas bulletproof are liquidating as rents stall around $2,100 and vacancies climb. Dallas isn't just cooling. It's entering full-scale housing deflation, with its glittering skyline masking a market imploding from within.